Hi everybody. So in today's episode of Patrick's Toy Reviews, we'll be reviewing some candy. I know it's a little odd, but we are going to be reviewing some Scooby Doo candy. Now, if you guys aren't aware of, I did make a video about Scooby Doo food. If you guys don't know about that video, I'll have a link in the description below. If you guys are interested in watching it. But yeah, in that video, I tried some different Scooby Doo foods, such as the cereal, the frozen foods. I did recently find out that they stopped discontinuing the frozen food because it's sold out. So maybe that's at that point it's going to be discontinued. But I'm glad that I enjoyed it for one last time. So in today's video, we are going to be trying some candy. Well, two of them are mostly Scooby Doo, but one is more of like a Scooby Doo mixed with Tom and Jerry and the Flintstones. I will talk about them in this video as well. Since we are doing like mostly Scooby Doo, but we also gonna do like cartoon. So I think it'd be fair if we start off with this. These are candy sticks. Now you're wondering these are considerably Scooby Doo, but they're also a combination of Tom and Jerry and the Flintstones. Tom and Jerry is not technically new for food because if you guys ever watch Tom and Jerry, you can see that most of the foods that they enjoy are mostly from, it's mostly what you eat in a modern day, like ham, Swiss cheese. I mean, for Tom, he'll just eat basically human food, but Jerry will be more in the cheese type. Cheese, like typical cheese or something. Shaggy and Scooby-Doo is also, it's the same thing with Scooby and Shaggy, because they also eat the same food, would humans. And same with the Flintstones, but more prehistoric. But as for food that you can get in real life, mostly I bet you there was probably fruit snacks for both of these. But Flintstones is probably more iconic than Tom and Jerry because of their food as well. Because if you guys aren't aware of who the Flintstones are, think of it as Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Pebbles. Because if you've seen Flintstones, the one thing that comes to mind is enjoying Fruity and Cocoa Pebbles. As a matter of fact, this might surprise a lot of you guys, but Jada Toys did draw figures of Friend Barney with a box of Fruity and Cocoa Pebbles. I mean, if you want me to do that for a review, let me know in the comments, because I do know they also did drop Dino to go with Friend Barney. So if you guys are interested in me reviewing Jada Toys' Free Pebbles figures, let me know by dropping a comment. If you think I'm not talking crazy, I will post an image to show you guys that they are figures of these guys. But yeah, Tom and Jerry also has action figures too, mostly from the live-action movie in 2021. But if there was any food, it would probably be just human food and cheese. But as for candy, products and stuff, probably fruit snacks. I don't know if they did make fruit snacks or not, but I think it's about time we just dive into some candy sticks. So I think the only difference is I think these are kind of the same thing. And yes, these are separately packaged, by the way. But yeah, supposedly you get these little small boxes and stuff, and inside has Scooby Doo, you can see one side has Scooby Doo, the other side just has the gang, Shaggy, and the Mystery Machine. It's kind of the same thing with Tom and Jerry. You get Tom and Jerry with the Flintstones. It's not all bad. It's most of the candy here is mostly just, I think it's just two separate images, because I think it's just two images, this is Scooby-Doo right here, this is Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry, and these are the Flintstones. So, since we are going to be doing Scooby-Doo, I think it'd be fair if we just enjoy some candy sticks. Now, I want to quickly address, the other two are also candy as well, but they're more of a hard candy. So, here it is. Yeah, this is what it looks like. It looks like just a white stick. It looks more like a cigarette. I don't know if you guys already know this, but there was candy cigarettes. This looks like something that fits into that. So this is what it is. So let's taste it. You know, it doesn't even have flavor. It just looks like pure white sugar candy. Yeah, this is probably one of the odd candies to get. But I don't know. I probably picked this last to get eat because again it reminds you of those candy cigarettes. I mean, just do this. That's just like it's kind of like I know you're supposed to suck on it, but supposedly it looks like this. But if I did rank it out of 10, I do think the packaging looks pretty good. I'll give it more like a 3 or a 4 out of 10 because of the packaging of the candy itself. But as for the packaging, it's not bad. So maybe a mid 5 it'd be my opinion. Because the packaging is okay. I don't know why they just did Scooby Doo with Flintstone and Flintstones and Tom and Jerry, but personally, I do think these candy sticks are like it didn't really have flavor, and just like I don't know you're supposed to suck on it or not, but I think it's time we actually get into some actual Scooby Doo candy with our. So I think it's time we dive into our next candy. Now, this one... Sorry, I had to throw it out there, but this is the Scooby Doo... So, we actually have 2 Scooby Doo candies. These are actually official, and you can actually pick these up. So, I think it's fair we dive into the Mystery Machine. Or, in this case, the Scooby Doo Sour Green Apple Vans. So if you guys aren't wary of what these are hard candies that you can actually get right now. Usually when you go to like Blair's like here, you go to Gardner's Candies, they'll have like these metal containers. Mostly a lot of candy shops will give you that. When I went to South Carolina, I actually got these, as well as Scooby Snacks, which we'll be diving into next. But yeah, supposedly what these are is sour green apple Vans. The other ones are Scooby Snacks. They're orange flavored. So if you're wondering, this is the packaging. It's just a metal container, but you do get the image of the mystery machine. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, these are the Scooby Doo Mystery Machine candies. It's actually not bad. It looks pretty good. Supposedly, so let's think it's time to just unbox this. It's pretty simple. You just have to peel this off, and you're supposed to open it up, and you get the reveal of these candies. And supposedly, they're supposed to be the colors of the Mystery Machine. It's pretty good how the candies are even shaped like the van. Even though these aren't technically shaped like the van, at least they have the van broader in it. But supposedly, you're supposed to open these up, and you're supposed to spill them in here. And there, you're supposed to take these on the go. Think of these as like breast mints. Like, I don't know, like there's a certain candy that they're like breast mints where you're supposed to open them up and it's like you're supposed to pour them in there. This is what these are. But yeah, if you guys want to know what the candies look like, they're very small. But supposedly it's an image of the van. And these are sour. These are supposed to be sour green candies, so let's see if it's sour. You know what? These aren't bad. Personally, I want to be honest, the sour green Vans are actually not bad. I don't think it's kind of sour, but you do get a little bit of flavor. When you think of sour green apple, it should immediately spike with sour, because since it is a sour green apple, I think it would have been nice if they could have made these a little more sour, like have like an extra like add like a little malic acid, and you could easily put these on the candies. I think that would have been better. Because when you think of sour green apple Vans, you're immediately thinking of sour. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the green apples Vans. If I rank this out of 10, I'll probably give it like a 9 out of 10. I know it's a little too high, but I do like the metal container. It is a pretty good idea. It just has the image of the gang in the Mystery Machine. But as for the flavor of the candy, it didn't really scream green apple. It tasted more like green apple flavor. But all in all, it's not bad. I recommend eating this. Now, this one is going to be a little hard because of the packaging. But I mean, we already have graham crackers, Scooby Snacks. So the next candy we got is Scooby Snack Candy. Specifically, orange bows. Now, the same thing with this is you open the package up, you're supposed to spill out the packaging, and supposedly this was $4. But yeah, it's the same thing again. Now, as for the packaging, you do have the label right here. It says Scooby Snacks with Scooby's face. You do on this side just has a Blair. It just has like the orange flowers, like the Mystery Machine design. But all in all, it's not bad for the packaging. Although it's a little ridiculous they pull the peels. Yeah, you just. Yeah, I had to peel the sticker off here. But yeah, supposedly, with these Scooby Snacks, they're orange flavored dog bones. I don't know, it's a little odd to call them candy bones, but yes, you do get Scooby Doo on it. Yeah, you do get Scooby Doo logo and stuff. Now, the one thing I do want to talk about as with the packaging. Now, usually, I don't know why they did this, and the fact that I personally think is a little odd, but you know how Scooby Doo has like his light blue collar? Just for example, this figure here, yeah, it's like you can see that Scooby Doo has a light blue collar. This one, on the other hand, is like a purple colored. I don't understand why they gave him a purple colored color. It's ridiculous. And if you're wondering, this is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, it's like if you look like his collar is like more of a purple color. It's a little odd, but I just personally think it's a little odd how the fact that Scooby has a purple collar instead of his blue collar. And I know what you're all thinking, Patrick, why just look at the packaging? Okay then. Look. Yeah, and if you're wondering, this is the packaging of the Scooby Snacks, and look, his collar's the same thing. Even with the image of the gang in the Mystery Machine, he is wearing his light blue collar. It's ridiculous. And yes, if you're wondering how I got this, Blair's Candies. Supposedly, if you go to Blair's Candies, it's a local candy shop in Altoona, where you can buy like a big box of these candies. They will have these. And supposedly you do get 12 in each case. And if you would have bought this for like $4, this would be like $36. And if you're also thinking, if you're also wondering, they also do have a display for the Mystery Machine ones. It's the same thing, just with different packaging. But supposedly you can get 12 of the Mystery Machines. And it does say like sour green apple Vans, and the same thing with the orange color bones. But yeah, the coolest thing is, it does have the same thing. It does have the same thing. It does have more of the gang. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that in terms of the... Sorry for the scraping there. But yeah, it's a little odd how the fact that Scooby-Doo has a light purple collar instead of his blue-green collar. Instead of his... Not blue-green collar, his orange collar. His not orange, blue. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my bearing straight. But yeah, blue colors. Is blue collared. Now, as for the flavor, it should be just technically orange. So yeah, it's kind of the same thing with the sour green apple van. You do have a small packet of the candies. And it's the same thing with the van, where you're supposed to open the packaging up and But yeah, supposedly these are what as for what the candy look like, it's kind of like a small colored dog bone or something. I think they're trying to believe that these are in fact Scooby Snacks, but I mean, they did make the graham crackers into these shapes too, so I think it's time we just dive into this as well. Okay, you do taste a little bit of orange. If I want to be honest, flavor-wise, it's actually not bad. It is orange. However, the only thing I would like to take points on is the packaging because of his collar. I will just give it an 8 out of 10. But all in all, it kind of does have the same formula of with the Mystery Machine candies, is you're supposed to open them up. As a matter of fact, the company that made these also made these as well. You can't see it, but yeah, like Boston, America. Yeah, so this is kind of the same thing. It just, the packaging is a little odd. I think they could have made his collar blue and that would have been better. I mean, just in comparison, you do have him on both packaging in the Mystery Machine with his blue collar on, and people could easily point. And as Scooby Doo fans would easily point those out. So I might give it an 8 out of 10. It does taste orange. Compared to the green apple ones, I think it'd be not bad. Now, if I was ranking these top 3 candies, number 3 is definitely going to be the candy sticks. Number 2 would be the Scooby snacks. And I think number 1 should be the green apple man. But all in all, I personally just go after these because these make sense. I think they stopped selling the candy sticks because they also did DC as well for them as well. But if you guys are interested in buying these, you might go to your local candy store or something. If you have a candy store nearby, go pick these up. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Scooby-Doo food. Let me know what you think of this review here. And if you guys are interested in watching my other video, I will put that in the description if you guys are interested. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.